The WWF, what the world is watching.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Around the Mat Pod. I am your host, PJ North. And man, we've got an episode for you today. I am excited to bring all the boys in here. Normally I would give that alone speech, but they're going to listen to me give my promo first. So if you're watching with us live on YouTube, don't forget to leave us a comment in the chat. Let us know. We want to know where you're at. If you're listening on iTunes or Spotify, please leave us a review. And don't forget to tag us and follow us on all social medias at AroundTheMatPod. I am at VPJ North for all of those as well. And we got a special episode today. It is Around the Mat Pod Jeopardy, the WrestleMania edition. WrestleMania is upon us, and I have brought in some grapplers to discuss some wrestling. So in the top left, he is the greatest Canadian export that's ever existed. He is the guy that can count to three better than anyone, Brad Myers Refs. Brad, what's up, baby?
Oh, buddy, we are 1 week away from my flight to Vegas, and I am excited.
I can't wait to hear all about it. We're going to get into it. In the bottom left, he may be the second greatest export from Canada. He is the head booker, Dustin. Dustin, what's good, baby?
Hey, man, also 1 week away from my flight to WrestleMania, 1 week from today, so I can't wait, and I'm super excited. And I'm going to win Jeopardy today.
Honestly, I love the confidence. I could feel that coming in. In the top right, he is the elegant one, my cohort the mostest, Tyler Miller, young TY. What's good, baby?
What's going on, PJ? I unfortunately do not have a flight to WrestleMania here in the upcoming weeks.
Yeah, you'd have to leave today, brother.
Yeah, I'd have to take four wheels, but definitely excited for it, and did a little studying for Jeopardy, so we'll see how it pans out.
I can't wait. I am as excited as everyone. And in the bottom right, he is the rookie, the newcomer. He is the brother to the elegant one, Jeff Miller. Young Jeff, what's up, baby?
What's up, fellas? How's it going?
Oh,
Like
man.
Tyler said, real jealous of the two fellas going to Mania. Wish we could be there, but hey, let's win some Jeopardy this week.
Do you have a fear of flying as well, or is that just Tyler?
I've flown a couple times and I didn't really experience much turbulence,
Okay.
so I was real cool
So you
with
were
it.
all right.
But
Okay.
yeah, but I'd rather make the drive, so
Fair enough.
be able to see the country. So that would be an excuse to drive alone. But
Yeah, I get that. Okay, I get that. Well, we got a lot to talk about. We are going to get into WrestleMania Jeopardy, which we are very excited about. But before we do that, there's some headlines that we got to talk about because it wouldn't be a wrestling podcast without debating a little bit. So first things first, AEW Dynasty happened last weekend. It was incredible. A lot of things happening. Some of my friends were there. They were on camera a bunch. Mostly just flipping off Jon Moxley and the Death Riders. But it was awesome. I enjoyed the pay-per-view. Even though I didn't have Wi-Fi, I'm watching it on my phone. I was committed to the AEW PLE. I guess it's a pay-per-view. It's technically not a PLE. So I enjoyed it. I thought it was great. I thought the ending, while I was upset that Swerve didn't win because I really am a Swerve guy, I feel like now, I enjoyed the ending. It didn't bother me. I'm not the IWC. I'm not up in arms about it. I also enjoyed Kenny Omega doing Kenny Omega things. Megan Bayne and Toni Storm blew the roof off. The tag match was the tag match. That's probably the only match I wasn't super excited about, but I loved that MJF got involved and they continued that storyline because I think that's how you do it. That's exactly what it's supposed to be. All that to say, I will say this. Adam Cole versus Danny Garcia was cool. Good for Adam Cole. There's too many guys for me, right? So it's like so many who we consider stars to a certain extent that I just didn't need it. I was like, y'all could have done this on Dynamite next week or Collision or something. I wasn't feeling that. And also highlight Dax and Cash. Look, I'm an FTR, top guys out. That is my squad. I love FTR. I thought that was great. So all in all, I give AEW Dynasty an A-, a continued streak of just kind of hammering it out of the park. They do a great job. That's kind of where I'm at. Brad Myers, what say you?
Listen, I'm going to sound like a broken record when I say this. The pay-per-view was entirely too long. It doesn't need to be 5.5 hours. Not every show can be WrestleMania.
Sure.
going into the pay-per-view, I thought it was a very much a one-match card.
Yeah.
There was nothing really that excited me except for that three-way.
Yep.
By the end of it, I thought it was a good pay-per-view. I don't think anything they did was too crazy. I think the finish of the main event was probably a little overbooked.
Sure.
With all the things that happened.
Yeah.
But all in all, like, it was a good pay-per-view. I enjoyed it. Again, if it ended 45 to an hour earlier, I would have enjoyed it even more. So I'd probably give it a solid B plus.
That's fair. Yeah, man, it is it gets to that point of like a little bit draining. And that's almost like the AEW way, but somehow you're committed. I will say this. I think that I am a huge Kevin Knight fan. So I thought that was great too. And I will say this. I don't know where you put all these matches. However, I think Tony Storm and Megan Bayne should have been before the main, and the triple threat should have been where Megan Bayne and Tony Storm were. I think the flow of that might have maybe helped a little bit. But all in all, I agree with that.
I would have put the tag match as the semi-main. Give me a reason to get up and stretch my legs.
Yeah,
or give me a reason to turn the pay-per-view off and go to bed.
Also fair. Dustin, what say you, man? What are your thoughts on AEW Dynasty?
Okay, so based on the fact that I knew it was going to be too long, I tried to give it the best possible chance to make me enjoy this pay-per-view. So
sure.
I didn't tune in until 11 o'clock Eastern time.
Oh my God! So you knew you were like prepared mentally for this.
I went in and the only thing I saw was the triple threat, and that's the only thing I cared about. And let me tell you, Omega is still Omega.
Yeah.
Even though he's had a list of health issues and whatever,
Sure.
he's still incredible.
Yeah.
He's not really my cup of tea, but you can't deny the fact that he's amazing.
Yeah. Okay.
Ricochet, I think, has come into his own. He's significantly better than he has been previously.
Yep.
And I've been watching Speedball Mike Bailey for the past 15 years, and I don't think.
Yeah, I was gonna say that too, because that's the crazy thing that I think a lot of people don't realize is that he got banned because of PWG when they were coming over the border, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like he got.
I don't think it was for PWG because I think he tried to cross the border and not fly. I don't think he ever had a problem flying down for PWG, but I think it was like a smaller U.S. booking that.
Damn, that sucks,
he got banned.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a crazy turn of events when you think about it. Just like what? That's crazy. So he's been banned for 10 years from America.
5. It
was only 5? Okay, so 5's not nearly as bad, but I thought it was 10. So that's my point, is that he's been gone and you have been. I'm so glad that American television is getting to witness the Speedball. I agree with you there.
Yeah, so for all the times I've seen him, I don't ever remember a time where he's had a bad match. So putting those three guys together, I thought they killed it. I loved every second of that match. I mean, I can nitpick it and say I would have done things differently here and there, but whatever. It was a great match.
Yeah, that's like, I'm with you there.
And then as soon as that main event started, I said, well, I'm going to bed. So I had a great time, man. Like A+, I had a great time watching that pay-per-view. The one criticism I will say, and I'm curious what you guys think about it, the segment after the triple threat where Omega and Okada had their thing where they kind of looked at each other for like 3 seconds and then it was over. As someone who regularly produces segments like this, I would have been ripping my hair out if that is how it would have ended. I would have been throwing coasters and breaking glasses and just anything I get my hands on, I'd be throwing, because I can't believe they missed that moment. Like, but anyways,
I would agree with that I would agree with that as well. Obviously, I'm a huge Okada fan. They did double down last night on Dynamite with it, so agreed there. What about you, Tyler? Let's start with you, man. Tyler, what are your thoughts on AEW Dynasty?
I would probably give it probably a strong B+. I agree with a lot of what Brad said. I really wasn't excited except for a couple matches on the card. But AEW just does what AEW does, and they put on, I watch them for a reason because I always know that they are going to turn out, regardless of the card, who's on the card, the matches that are on there.
Yeah.
As far as the ending, I think that they could have played that out, booked that a little bit differently.
Sure.
I didn't hate it, but at the same time, I definitely don't think it was as good as what it could have been.
Sure.
Especially with the storytelling that AEW's been doing lately. It's been really well with MJF.
Yeah.
And the Hurt Syndicate. You got, of course, Swerve and Hangman Adam Page. The story that they're telling there. It's just phenomenal. And I thought that they could have done it a little bit differently.
Sure.
But as far as the match quality, there's it's definitely A+ as far as that. But as far as the total show, I'm gonna give it a B+.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I think I think everybody had differing opinions about the end. But I enjoyed it. Jeff, man, you're the rookie, but you get to hit cleanup here. What are your thoughts on AEW Dynasty?
It was good. I'm with Tyler. I was about a B+. I really did enjoy how when FTR turned on Ed or Coke, my bad. Um, Dax was really, the one who started it, and then Cass was kind of like, you didn't know what he was going to do, and then they kind of followed it up like it was planned. And him putting the neck brace on was, I think, hilarious off the stretcher. That was, I thought that was pretty.
So the people in the stadium, or people in the arena, didn't see it. So my friends were where Mox and them came in. They had no idea any of that was happening. And I was like, damn, that was like the best part. So they doubled down and showed it obviously last night. And I was like, yeah, that's like, I thought that was the best part too for that segment.
Yeah, definitely a good heel move.
Yeah.
And with the Bucks kind of costing, saying they were doing Swerve a favor, I'm just eager to see how Hangman, with his like don't give a damn attitude is gonna feel like that going forward.
Sure.
And with Omega and the Bucks, I'm just eager to see how they all kind of put it together and see how they. But I'm not a big Moxley guy compared to the beginning.
I like Shooter Mox. I hate Pants Mox, but I like Shooter Mox way more for sure.
So I'm eager to see who's going to be the chosen one to take it off of him. I mean, do you do Omega after he does this thing with Okada, or you go back to Swerve again, build Hangman up? Just eager to see who's going to be the chosen one, because I've seen where they said that Moxley supposedly is supposed to have a lengthy run, and Swerve wasn't even talked about winning. Dirt sheet bullshit. I know,
exactly.
but
see, now you're getting it. He called it. I didn't even have to say. I didn't even have to call it dirt sheet bullshit. He already did it for me.
But yeah, I'm just eager to see who's the chosen one. But I would go with Ty, about a B+, B- area, because it is really long and to stay invested for every match.
Yeah, I think obviously that's kind of AEW's thing. It's very New Japan of them to do that. To just have 27-minute Kings Road matches every night. I love it. All right. Well, AEW Dynasty, man, there's a lot to talk about. Obviously, we're trying to get to Jeopardy, so we won't linger on too much. But next, Heyman Spittin, Paul Heyman and Punk and Roman and Seth and all the things transpiring right now. I would say I enjoy it. I think Heyman is one of the best talkers of all time. Obviously, Punk is one of the best talkers of all time. Seth is one of the best talkers of all time. Roman is the worst wrestler to ever exist in WWE. So you can't all be home runs. No, I do think it's really good. I think adding that element of it, though, has elevated that match for me, because I'm not a Roman guy, and it is what it is. I don't think, as I've said a million times, I just don't think anything that's ever happened with Roman there was because of Roman. Like, any of the good stuff that's ever existed isn't because of Roman. It's because of everything with him. And so I think this is another layer of it, man. I really enjoyed it. I thought Monday was great. The whole now you owe me a favor thing. I love that. I thought it was good. So for me, I'm enjoying it, and I'm interested. It has definitely elevated this match, and I'm interested to see where it goes. Dustin, I'm going to kick it off with you, man. Heyman, Spittin, what are your thoughts on their stuff going on right now between all of them?
Anytime Paul Heyman's involved in something, I feel like there's always something that's going to come out of left field.
Sure.
It reminds me of, I think it was around 2002 when he was involved with a thing with Lesnar, and then all of a sudden he's with the Big Show, and then all of a sudden he's with some. So I wouldn't put it past this whole scenario. By the end of WrestleMania, we have a heel Seth Rollins with Paul Heyman.
Damn, could you imagine how sick that would be? I'd love that. Okay. Yeah, interested to see where that goes. Tyler, kick it to you, man. What about you?
I completely agree with Dustin. I think it'd be awesome to see a heel Rollins with Heyman, and I feel like they would both benefit from it. But I mean, of course, like you said, anything that Heyman touches is usually gold. And I really think that them adding the favor in there and kind of giving it the spider web effect and really touching at all aspects of the story. Where at first it kind of just felt like it was a match, just kind of thrown in there, 3 big names just to put it on the card.
Yeah.
But I think it's definitely getting me invested, and I'm excited to see it.
Yeah. I agree. That's a good way to put it. Jeff, what about you, man? What are your thoughts on the Roman Punk Seth Heyman situation?
Well, with what those two guys said, kind of the same. I feel like Monday really ramped it up because, for the last kind of build up has been, whose side is Heyman going to be on, Punk or Romans, and the favor, and this, that, and the other. And even though Rollins is like both the guys like primarily feud, um, him doing that with Heyman just I feel like ramped it up a little bit, not just some random top 3-star triple threat with, Punk and Roman having the more of the issue with the Paul Heyman thing, even though Rollins, like I said, doesn't like both of them. I think him owing him a favor really, like I said, ramped it up and makes the main event mean that much more when nobody really knew what the night one main event was going to be before kind of this all transpired.
I agree. That's a good way to think about it as well. I think I tell you what, I enjoyed SmackDown for the first time, and I honestly, dude, I only watch Cody segments. I'll be honest about that. Like, I'll see the clips of if it's a match is good, I'll go back and watch it. But like, I'm not watching SmackDown outside of the Cody stuff, to be honest with you. And I watched.
Hey man,
I watched
the Tiffany
Friday.
stuff's been great though here lately.
Okay, we're gonna talk. We're gonna talk about that on the next set because I'm gonna bring that up when we get to Mania. That's a great point. Brad, last point on the Heyman stuff. What are your thoughts?
There was a lot of talk, if you pay attention to like Twitter and stuff like that. A lot of people thought that the favor was going to be that the winner of that match got inserted into the main event on Sunday. Yeah. I always, from day one, thought that was probably the stupidest idea because how would Paul Heyman have that power to do that? He doesn't. He's just, he's a guy who's there. The history that was told when CM Punk quoted things that Paul had said on TV to him 15 years ago, and then bringing it all back full circle is why WWE will always be the king of storytelling. The little tidbit in there that they threw in with Seth Rollins saying, "Now you owe me a favor,"
loved it.
Really throws in like is that them planting the seed for Heyman to leave with Seth at WrestleMania? Who knows? But the whole, you can see the whole character shift in Roman where he doesn't have his wise man, and it's the first time he's gone at it without a wise man in God knows how long.
Yeah.
And now you have CM Punk, who now has the mental advantage going into this match because he has pulled one over on Roman, and I think it's gonna be a hell of a match. And everything that they've done to tell this story is just elevated and elevated and elevated. And there's a lot of people that said they don't think this is a main event quality match, and I couldn't agree or couldn't disagree more. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, I agree with that too. I think that's really elevated that to it. I still don't. We talked about this last week, me and Ty. I just don't know if night one counts. Obviously, it does count, but you know what I'm saying? In my mind, as like an old school, I don't know if it really matters at all. They put you on a poster, you're a headliner. As far as I'm concerned, dude, it doesn't matter. So yeah. As the next headline we'll roll into it. Mania right now. It's a lot of crazy stuff happening. To Tyler's point, the Tiffany and Charlotte thing. I'll say this. I believe that hip hop is the way I grew up as like a battle rapper is very similar to promos. Like I think it's like if you're quick-witted and you're off your feet, same with comedians. Like if you have that ability to do it, awesome. But I think it goes off the rails really quickly when you can't talk. Damian is one of those guys who's like not believable. Charlotte and Tiffany was like unhinged, Love Island shit. I don't care. I get it. She's whatever and all that stuff, but like it seems a little like Charlotte was reaching for straws, and maybe they wanted it to be like that. I don't know. I didn't enjoy that part, but I still am excited about that match. I think that's going to be good. Jade and Naomi I'm excited about. Like, there's a lot of stuff going on with Mania right now that I am very excited about. So, Tyler, I'll let you. But for me, that actually took away – that Charlotte and Tiffany segment I felt like was, like, really, really bad. I didn't enjoy any of the segment. I thought it was – and I love both like that. I'm like, this is coming from the guy who like was a big Tiffany guy, a huge Charlotte fan. Like, I don't know, man. That's not for me. But I am excited about Mania as a whole. Everything holistically coming together right now. I am very excited about. It's Mania right now. Tyler, what say you?
Same, man. As far as the Tiffany and Charlotte thing, I definitely appreciated, some of the zingers that they were throwing. Well, I guess more so Tiffany was throwing at Charlotte. But it definitely got very cringy to a point, where
Yeah.
it was almost unbearable and hard to watch.
Tough.
And it totally looked like, it was off script. Maybe that's how they planned it, but
Sure.
Charlotte is shouting stuff from the middle of the ring as she's already, Tiffany's walking
That's where
out.
I was like, this is so awkwardly. I don't know if it's now it's not even real or fake. It's just awkward, right?
Yeah. At that point, it doesn't matter if it's
Yep.
either it's just bad, at that
Yep.
point. But Mania is shaping up to be really, really strong. I didn't think, of course, the Cena and Cody thing, but I really didn't know what Mania was going to look like this year as a whole, 2-night event. But it's shaping up to be some pretty heavy hitters.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Kevin Owens isn't going to, get to go up against Randy Orton. I was really, really wanting to see that match. But I'm also anxious to see what they have planned for Orton.
Yeah, that we're gonna find out tomorrow night. I saw Nick Aldis announce that today, so should be exciting. Jeff, what about you, man? Obviously new to the show. I don't know how your feelings are towards a lot of the WWE stuff, but what are you feeling about Mania right now?
Super hyped for it. I think the last like 2 weeks worth of television has really kind of ramped it up. I mean, after the Chamber was okay, but these last 2 weeks really, got it more hyped up. And the Gunther and Jay, I was not excited for it at all. But after what Gunther did to Jimmy, and then last week Jay kind of telling the crowd not to say yeet, and they still said yeet, of course. Um, that with that being a world title match, I mean, I feel like Cena should have won the Rumble. Makes a little more sense. But with him blooding his brother up, that was
Yeah, they
coming out
definitely
all
ramped
black.
that. They've ramped that up a lot. I agree 100%. They have ramped that
Sure.
one up to definitely make, because it's like everyone knows it's the B championship, whatever you want to call it. It
Oh
is
yeah,
what it is. It's not the Cody deal, right? So it's like, not saying that it's the B championship always. They're not going to give Gunther the same spotlight they're giving Cody. I mean, that's
no.
it is what it is at that one. Agreed. Yeah, that's fair. Brad, what about you, man? I know obviously I really want to know, what are you most excited about in Mania, outside of Mania as well?
Oh man, I think just being in Vegas, man. I've never been. I think it's gonna be a wild time.
It's the second best
Uh,
place on earth, by God.
what's the best place?
Nashville, Tennessee, by
Oh, you're
God.
goddamn right.
You know what
uh,
Morgan Wallen was talking about on SNL? Get me back to God's country. He was talking about Eric Church's bar, so he could throw a chair off of
oh hell yeah.
it.
Man, I think Mania is going to be amazing. I'm super excited to see Cody and Cena. I mean, I was definitely calling it from the beginning that this match was going to happen. I think it was the one that
Yeah.
was the most obvious. But I don't think anybody saw Cena turning heel, which
Same.
is one of the craziest things I've ever seen in my life. Because
Yeah.
if you had told me one of them had to be heel, I thought the easiest option would have been Cody.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy's Cena's on his retirement run. You don't want to have him get booed out of the building every time he's on a retirement run.
I think
But
that has to be maybe the biggest. Like I said, we've talked about the turn thing. Like, that was definitely the most surprising thing I've seen since the NWO thing, obviously. So
yeah,
I agree.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, it says a lot. We were in my living room and there were 5 of us here, and every one of us was like, "What is happening right now? Is this really happening?" Like,
The best part is they're still selling farewell merch. Hey,
and
WWE
it's
gonna get that
probably
bag,
still
baby.
selling
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
crazy.
WWE gonna get that bag, heel or not, by God. I love that. I do want to know, just give us a quick rundown. What events are you working in Vegas?
I'm working Dusk Pro as soon as I got off my flight.
Is that the
pretty
collective?
much.
Are these all part of the collective, or they're all different?
They're all different.
Okay.
So 2 are at a thing called oh god, I'm gonna butcher it. Poison Rana Fest or
Yeah.
Shooting
Okay.
Star Fest. Shooting Star Fest is what it's
Okay.
called. So I'm doing Thursday 3 p.m. I'm at Dusk Pro. Thursday 8 p.m. I'm at Demand Lucha, and then Friday 3 p.m. I'm at WrestleCore.
Awesome. Very excited for you to be a part of. If you guys haven't seen it, check him out. It's going to be cool. He's posted a lot on his stories. Brad Myers Refs. A lot of cool shit going on out there. So very excited about that. All right, Dustin, what about you, man? What say you on the train there of everything with Mania and going to Mania?
So there's a couple things. I think the Love Island thing was a great way to describe the Charlotte and Tiffy
Oh, absolutely.
situation.
It was unwatchable.
It was
But
very unwatchable.
what I think is important to understand is that this card in WWE in general is not necessarily always directed towards me.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So like,
Yep.
there might be a segment of the audience that enjoys Love Island, and they were like, that was dope. Like that was exactly what I
saw
enjoy
a lot of people
out of
like that. Yep.
So, and additionally, I know a lot of people are down on Jay, or they wanted him in the main event, he's not in the main event, or they didn't like him in the main event, or whatever. One of my biggest criticisms in wrestling in general sometimes is that sometimes we need a match 1. Sometimes we need a match 2.
Yeah, you
and
got not
right?
everybody can be a main eventer. There's got to be a mid-card guy in there, dog. That is part of wrestling, that is part of TV, that is part of everything that we like as entertainment.
And the fact that we care this much about these guys who are in match 1 or match 2 or match 3, I think just speaks to how better and larger and more interesting the product is now. Like if you look back and everyone goes to the Attitude Era and says that's the best time, man, Scotty 2 Hotty was getting huge pops out there for doing the worm. Yep. And he was a second match kind of guy, right?
100%, dude. Yeah. It's about getting over with the time you have, and not everybody's going to enjoy 100% of the show. Or we do enjoy 100% of the show, but there are parts that I enjoy less, which leads to this show and others amongst it, right? However, unless you're JD from Jerk Off City, then you hate watch everything, and that just is what it is.
Yeah, man, I'm excited to see the show in general. I can't wait. I'm really hoping, fingers crossed, that the Vegas Golden Knights are also playing a home game at some point for a playoff home game.
Yeah.
And there might be a world where we're able to do like stand and deliver in the afternoon or stand and deliver in the morning. It's like 10 a.m. local time.
I think it's a 9 a.m.
It is at 9 a.m. local time, brother.
9 a.m. local time, we'll say stand and deliver. Then we go down the street to WrestleMania. Then we come back down to T-Mobile to see a playoff hockey game. That's my ideal scenario. I don't know if that's how it's going to work out, but honestly, as long as I get some In-N-Out burger in my belly, I'll be happy.
Yeah. Win-win. I do say win-win for everybody. Yeah, man. Mania be manian. We're very excited about it. All right. Well, with that being said, I'm very excited to bring this up. It is WrestleMania Jeopardy with the boys.
This is Jeopardy!
And we've got a little fun WrestleMania board. So we're going to do it here. If you're watching live, you'll see the contestants here. They're going to put their hand on the camera when they are ready to answer the question. We are going to read the entire question before you put your hand up. Be quick with your hand if you're ready, but don't put it ahead of it, because I'm not going to call on you, because I've got to look at the question and look at y'all. So be ready for that. I am going to do that. So I will read the questions aloud for those. Is everybody ready to start?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
All right, here we go. I am going to pick the first one. And
what are the categories? What are we doing
that's
here?
A
Are we
good
playing
point.
Jeopardy or are we playing trivia?
My bad. We're playing Jeopardy. All right. In the top left here of round number 1, it is Celebrity Deathmatch. Those are all celebrity-related questions. The second category will be Guests Count to 3. Those are guests at WrestleMania. Tables, ladders, and chairs. Oh my, you can guess. This is your main event. Main event questions. And coming down the aisle are all entrance-based questions at WrestleMania. Please remember to answer with what is or who is. I believe most of them are who is, but yeah, be prepared for that. So, all right, did I miss anything there, Mr. Trebek?
No, I don't think so. I think you're good.
All right, I wasn't 100% sure. I watched a lot of Jeopardy things this morning because I was stealing a lot of stuff. So
I was literally watching Jeopardy 10 minutes ago to prep for this.
I love it. All right, I'm going to pick the first one since there are 4 of you. Remember, I will read the entire question, hand over the camera. That's how I know you are in first. We will go. So here it is. We're going to kick it off with tables, ladders, and chairs. Oh my. WrestleMania 16 or 2000 saw the tag team division with a superb ladder match as this team defeated the Hardy Boys and the Dudley Boys. Oh, Brad with the quick hands.
Who are Edge and Christian?
Who are Edge and Christian is correct. Bradley with 100. All right, good one. All right, Brad, it's your board, brother.
Let's do Celebrity Deathmatch for 100.
All right. This world-famous recording artist showed out in his first ever WWE match, teaming up with Damian Priest at WrestleMania 37 to defeat The Miz and John Morrison. Dustin.
Who is Bad Bunny?
Who is Bad Bunny is correct. Dustin with 100. All right. Dustin, the board is yours.
Let's say coming down the aisle for 500, please.
Oh, we're going to the hammer. This rapper accompanied The Godfather and D'Lo Brown to the ring at WrestleMania 2000 while listlessly reiterating the words, pimpin' ain't easy, man. Sorry, my typo, I missed that. Oh, that one's going to go to Tyler.
Who is Ice-T?
Who is Ice-T? That is correct for 500. That was a good one. I had to think about that when I first entered the question. I was like, why am I asking this question? I don't even know who that is. All right, Tyler, up to you. The board's yours, my friend.
Let's go Celebrity Deathmatch for 200.
Celebrity Deathmatch for 200. This boxer was all about the money when he agreed to fight the Big Show at WrestleMania 24. Dustin.
That'd be Floyd Money Mayweather. Who is Floyd Money Mayweather?
Oh, you're lucky.
I love that I've got my resident Johnny up top giving me the okay whether or not that was the answer. Floyd Mayweather is correct. Dustin, the board is yours.
I was actually at that WrestleMania. That was a good one.
Okay. Where was that at?
That was Orlando, Florida.
Orlando, gross. All right, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. I'm having trouble reading that. What is the second one?
It's Celebrity Deathmatch. Guests count to 3. That's all the guest ones. And then tables, ladders, chairs, oh my is the third one. This is your main event is the 4th. And coming down the aisle is the 5th.
This is your main event for 500, please.
This is your main event for 500. It's crazy that this wrestler main evented WrestleMania twice, at WrestleMania 8 and again at WrestleMania 13. Oh, Jeff.
Psycho Sid.
Oh, baby. You love to
Who
see
is
it.
Psycho Sid?
There, he got it. I'm going to let him.
I totally misunderstood that question, but that makes perfect sense now. Yeah.
First one counts. So who is?
That was a tough one. That was a tough one.
Nice one. All right, Jeff. The board is yours, my friend.
Let me do the main event for 400.
Main event for 400. Besides The Rock and Roman Reigns, this other member of the Bloodline family tree was the first to main event multiple WrestleManias. Dustin.
Who is Yokozuna?
Who is Yokozuna is correct. Dustin jumps out to a little bit of a lead here at 700. All right, Dustin, it's your board.
Let's do main event for 3, please.
Main event for 300. The tagline for the main event of WrestleMania 5 featuring Hulk Hogan versus Randy Savage was the Mega Powers blank. Tyler.
What is Explode?
What? Oh, well, who typed this? See, I did take some of these questions. It is Explode. I don't know why it says Explode. Sorry. Apologies for watchers. I didn't go through every question. I only read the questions to make sure they were good. I didn't go through all the answers. This is a hilarious...
Can we talk about how much cooler that would have been if the Mega Powers just went on to look for a crime scene or something?
It just turns into a Law and Order SVU episode. Oh, incredible. Tyler, that great answer. I have apologized to all of our watchers. That was a typo that wasn't mine. I did take some of these questions. There was a template, so I will throw that out there. All right, Tyler, the board is yours, my friend.
We'll go TLC for 200.
TLC for 200. This polarizing and controversial wrestler won back-to-back Money in the Bank ladder matches at WrestleManias 24 and 25. Oh, Dustin.
Who is CM Punk?
Who is CM Punk? Correct. All right, 900 points for Dustin as he jumps out to the lead again. Dustin, the table is yours.
Coming down the aisle for 400, please.
Coming down the aisle for 400. This American nu metal band played American Badass version of The Undertaker to the ring at WrestleMania 19. Oh, Jeff got there barely.
Who's Limp Bizkit?
Who is Limp Bizkit? All right, Jeff catching the hammers out there. He's getting all the big questions. It's not about how many you get. It's about what they're worth. All right, Jeff.
Listen, I'm just waiting for Double Jeopardy. We're
Yeah,
catching
I
up in
know
Double
that.
Jeopardy.
Double Jeopardy's coming. All right, Jeff. You're up next.
Let's do celebrity death match for 400.
Celebrity Deathmatch for 400. This game show legend played a prominent role at WrestleMania 7, where he served as the guest ring announcer for the WWE Championship clash between Hulk Hogan and Sergeant Slaughter. Wow, really? All right, no one gets it. Who is Alex Trebek? The whole game is based around this guy. The entire game is based around this question. I should have made this Final Jeopardy. Holy shit.
I had no memory of that at all.
Oh, incredible. Yeah, he's great on it. All right, well, no one got that one. So the board is still Jeff's. Go ahead, Jeff.
Let's do celebrity death match for
300. After shocking Sami Zayn with a taser, Johnny Knoxville scored a pinfall victory at WrestleMania 38 by trapping Sami on this massive mechanism. Oh, Dustin with the quickness.
What is a mousetrap?
What is a mousetrap? Brad, you were so close, man. If you didn't have Canadian internet, you might have got that first. Dustin with the points, and he's got 1,200. All right. Dustin, the board is yours. You still have you have 500 in Celebrity Deathmatch. All of guests count to 3. A couple in tables, ladders, and chairs. A couple in This Is Your Main Event, and a couple in Coming Down the Aisle.
Let's do guess count to 3 for 500, please.
Oh God, he's just going right. He gets the game like there's a time limit. All right, Bret Hart got his revenge on Vince McMahon for the Montreal Screwjob at WrestleMania 26 in a no-holds-barred lumberjack match with this Hart brother serving as the special guest referee. God, you guys are terrible. The answer... No, you already missed it. The answer is Bruce Hart. You were so... That was terrible.
I do not remember that at all.
I have to go back and watch this. I do not remember Bruce Hart being in this, but okay, that's
He's the only Hart. Yeah, the leather jacket guy. You'd know it if you saw it. All right, no one gets the points there. Yeah, so these are all. I guess if everybody didn't. They're guest referee spots for guests count to 3. So, all right, the board is still yours, Dustin.
Let's stick with the referees and we'll go to 400, please.
All right, 400. Stone Cold Steve Austin has served as a guest referee at WrestleMania this many times. Dustin?
I'm just going to say 1 because I can only remember 1. So, what is 1?
What is 1? Oh, the answer is 3. So, sorry, we also can't do get because I have to pull the answer up. So, there's no other guesses. Sorry, guys. It's 1 guess per thing. 3, WrestleMania 20, Goldberg versus Lesnar. Bobby Lashley versus Umaga for the Billionaires Hair versus Hair match. And WrestleMania 27, Jerry the King Lawler versus Michael Cole. That was a fun one.
Jesus Christ.
I know. Dustin, board is still yours.
Let's go referees 3.
Referees 3. Guess count to 3. At WrestleMania 13, this UFC legend served as a special guest referee for the no disqualification submission match between Bret Hart and Stone Cold Steve Austin. Go ahead, Jeff. Jeff had his hand. He was ready to go.
I gotta put
That's cheating. This is bullshit. What happened to the whole end of the question?
Hold on. His hand was out of frame, but I saw his shoulder move. So I was like, all right, I know he's getting ready.
Gotta get that shoulder up.
Yeah, who would you say it is?
Who is Ken Shamrock?
Who is Ken Shamrock is correct. That was a good one because it's like this became such a pertinent match now, right? They're inducting it into the Hall of Fame.
First.
Let's talk about that while we got just a quick second. What's everybody's thoughts on that, Brad? What are your thoughts as a referee, a match going into the Hall of Fame?
I don't think it makes sense. There's no physical Hall of Fame. It's not like you can have an exhibit for it or anything like that.
Yeah.
I don't think it makes any sense.
Okay. Well, I got your feedback on that. I'll remember that now. All right, Jeff, your pick.
Let's do the TLC for 300.
300. The first ladder match in WWE pay-per-view history occurred when Shawn Michaels and Razor Ramon battled for the Intercontinental Championship at this WrestleMania. Damn, he's got the slickness. Brad, you should be ready for that one. Go ahead, Dustin.
What is WrestleMania 10?
What is WrestleMania 10? Correct. Dustin back in the lead. All right, we've still got 1 in Celebrity Deathmatch, 2 in Guest Count to 3, 2 in Tables, Ladders, and Chairs, Oh My, 2 in This Is Your Main Event, and 3 in Coming Down the Aisle. Dustin, your board.
Coming down the aisle for 300, please.
Coming down the aisle. Former NFL punter Pat McAfee made his WrestleMania debut in Dallas at WrestleMania 38 with stupendous entrance that featured this squad. Go ahead, Brad. Oh, Brad with the quickness.
I thought it was going to be about the song.
Oh, no. Oh,
So
no.
I'm going to guess the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders.
There it is.
Who are the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders?
Congratulations. You are on the board again. And Brad, the board is yours.
Let's go guess for 2.
Guess count to 3 for 200. After retiring from boxing with a career record of 56-5, this boxer returned to the squared circle where he served as the greatest special guest referee during the main event of the inaugural WrestleMania in 1985. Brad.
That was
It
way
was
too
Muhammad
early.
Ali.
He was a little early, but I got to try to let him get back in the game. Who is Muhammad Ali is correct. All right. Brad, still your board, buddy.
Let's finish up Celebrity Deathmatch.
Celebrity Deathmatch for 500. This diminutive Jersey Shore star tried her best at WrestleMania 27, teaming up with John Morrison and Trish Stratus versus Dolph Ziggler, Michelle McCool, and Layla in a 6-person mixed tag team match. Oh, Brad, you got that barely.
Who is Snooki?
Who is Snooki is correct.
The entire time you're reading that, I was trying to think, how do you say her name? Is it Snooki? Is it Snooki? Is it like what?
Maybe possibly what do we think are the worst? Dustin, who do you think is the worst WrestleMania guest in history of WrestleMania?
I mean, Snooki's got to be up there, right? I don't know if.
Yeah, it's.
But
definitely...
then again, she would have brought in a crowd with her. Like, there are people who care about that show. Like, that show was massive.
Yeah, dude.
So
There were so many Affliction shirts you couldn't even see. There was so much. It was just out of control tan and everything. All right, Dustin. That's your. No, wait. Who got that one right? Brad.
Brad.
Sorry, I lost it. Go ahead, Brad.
Let's finish up guess.
Guess count to 3. Dubbed the end of an era, this WWE Hall of Famer officiated The Undertaker versus Triple H Hell in a Cell match at WrestleMania 28. Oh, Tyler.
Who is Triple H?
Oh, that is incorrect.
Can we jump in? Can we jump in?
Yeah, I let Brad jump in.
Brad, come on.
Actually,
Shawn
hold
Michaels?
on. No, you know what?
Oh, come on.
No, I did change the rules there, so we're not letting you jump in. It is
All right.
Shawn Michaels.
Jeez, how did I forget that?
He had it backwards. It was even the Triple H is in the question. This is
Yeah.
like when
You know
you're
what?
it's like when
Honestly.
you're watching Jeopardy and like the questions in the subject. And you're like, oh shit, I forgot. Like this is supposed to have the number 3 in it. Like, you know what I mean? Like when they do that, and you just answer something crazy. I always used
Right
to
in
do
front
that,
of
and I'm like, what's wrong with me? All right, Brad. Wait, was that you picked last, Brad?
Brad.
Yeah, Brad.
We gotta write that one down.
Yeah.
We gotta write that one down because like a guy being the special guest referee in a match he's in, that's actually money.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's real good. That's real
Damn,
good.
that's actually great.
I did
Tyler,
that last
Tyler's
weekend.
gonna take
but
Tyler's gonna take credit for that one.
Yeah.
Next time. All right, Brad. Board is still yours. Couple left.
let's do TLC for
400 or 500.
4.
400. Fans were stunned when Zack Ryder won the Intercontinental title in a ladder match at WrestleMania 32 after getting a last-minute spot to replace this injured wrestler. The answer is, who is Neville? That was supposed to be his big push. Remember, he had that broken ankle, unfortunately, and that was the end of his career in WWE for the most part. All right, Brad, board's still yours.
Let's finish up TLC.
TLC for 500. The Hardy Boys won the Raw Tag Team titles in a ladder match during their surprise return at WrestleMania 33. But what team walked into the show of shows as champions? Oh, Jeff with the quick.
Who is Gallows and Anderson?
Who are Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson? Recently announced Carney Anderson. If everybody saw that podcast where he basically said a bunch of people were trying to get The Rock's autograph, and he knew that it wasn't for him anymore, brother. So he had to leave. He's out. Carney Anderson.
You shoot, brother.
Yeah. Oh, I missed that one too. That's you got 500 there, Jeff. Good job. Oh, I forgot that. Didn't let me get it. All right. Jeff, the board's yours. There's 4 questions left. 2 in This Is Your Main Event and 2 in Coming Down the Aisle.
Let me do. What are the amounts in the main event?
100 and 200 in each category.
Let me do 200 for the main event.
200 for the main event. Despite what various social media tropes and memes may lead you to believe, this wrestler boasts a modest 3-2 record in WrestleMania big matches. Tyler?
Who is Logan Paul?
What? He hasn't even been there that long. Who is John Cena? Which is wild. I don't know when this was made,
He
but
hasn't
obviously
had
he's
that
been there.
many.
Yeah,
How many matches has Logan Paul had at Mania?
Only 4, right? I guess that would almost be 5. That's a good point. I don't actually know. This question's kind of a misleading one too, because again, it was John Cena's the main event. He's had other matches, but as the main event, he's had 5. All right, this is your main event for 100. We're gonna finish these out. So this wrestler's first WrestleMania main event was at WrestleMania 31 versus Brock Lesnar, which turned into a triple threat loss when Seth Rollins cashed in his Money in the Bank briefcase. Dustin.
Who is Roman Reigns?
He double took. He's like, who is Roman Reigns is correct for 100. The little dog, Roman Reigns. All right, coming down the aisle for 200. This legendary rock band performed Triple H's entrance at WrestleMania on 2 separate occasions. Oh, Dustin, again.
Who is Motorhead?
Who is Motorhead? Very good. You didn't have to answer the years, but that would have been awesome if you knew them. All right.
I would have got 17 for sure. 21 would have been hard.
Yeah, I wouldn't have got 17. I would have only got 21. All right. Last question of the round here. At WrestleMania 32 in Dallas, this hip-hop legend rapped Sasha Banks' theme as she made her memorable entrance. Oh, Jeff.
Who is Snoop Dogg?
Who is Snoop Dogg is correct. All right, as we finish that round, we are at 1,100 for Brad, 1,800 for Dustin, 1,800 for Jeff, and 800 for Tyler Miller. We're going right into round number 2 though, and let me put these in here for you. 1,100. I gotta update this board. It's not as good as my normal scorecard, so we're trying. There it is, 1,800. Whoa, 18,000. That would have been nice.
I'll take 18,000.
Yeah.
All day.
All right. Oh, you have 800. What am I doing here, Tyler? I'm trying to give you too many points too. All right.
Hey, you can add it. Come on, man.
As we go into it, this is round number 2, Double Jeopardy. Questions are worth a lot more points here. They instead of doubled, they went way up. I realized after we started the call that it's supposed to be 200, 400, 600, 800. Whatever, but it's actually 500, 1,000, 1,500, 2,000, 2,500.
Holy shit!
Yeah, it's actually triple or quintuple Jeopardy. So welcome to the quintuple Jeopardy round. We'll kick it off. Tyler, you are losing, so you get to pick your board first. And the titles of these categories are: I Love the 80s, The New Generation, Ruthless Aggression, What Are We Watching, and That Happened at Mania. They are all generation based, so keep that in mind. It is the 80s, 90s, 2000s, 10s, and 20s, and then some other things that happened at Mania. So keep that in mind. Tyler, as you pick, kick it off, brother.
Let me go with the Ruthless Aggression for 500.
Man, he's starting off small. At the 25th anniversary of WrestleMania, who won the Miss WrestleMania Battle Royal? Oh, Brad with the hammer.
That would be Santina Marella. Who is Santina Marella?
Who is Santina Marella? And he moves up on the board. So Brad making a move for it. All right, Brad, the board is yours.
Let's do Ruthless Aggression for 1,000.
For 1,000. Who defeated Rey Mysterio at WrestleMania 19 to retain his Cruiserweight Championship? Dustin.
Who is Matt Hardy?
Who is Matt Hardy? Correct.
That was version 1, I believe.
Oh, yeah. What a great, I love that entrance, man. Him and Shannon Moore, that was really good. I enjoyed that.
Yep, that little MFer.
Yeah. All right, your board is yours, Dustin.
I'll take New Generation for 500.
New Generation for 500. What Pro Football Hall of Famer did Bam Bam Bigelow face at WrestleMania 11 and lose to? Jeff?
Lawrence Taylor.
Lawrence Taylor is
Who is
correct.
Lawrence?
Who is Lawrence Taylor?
That may have been his second one. That's okay. There doesn't say. I'm gonna let that. All right. Now that the board's reset, remember to say who is. I'm glad you guys caught it now. Now everybody's catching on. We're getting there. So next one counts. If you miss it, you miss it. But I'll give you that one, Lawrence Taylor. All right. The board is yours, Jeff.
Let's do Ruthless Aggression for 15.
Ruthless Aggression for 1500. The only time an ECW World Heavyweight Champion was crowned was at WrestleMania 24. Which WWE Hall of Famer captured that title? Dustin.
Who is Kane?
Who is Kane is correct. Oh man, Dustin stretching that lead out now. It's starting to get heavy with the hammer. All right, Dustin, the board is yours.
New Generation for 1,000, please.
New Generation for 1,000. Hulk Hogan and the Ultimate Warrior faced each other in a champion versus champion, title for title match at which WrestleMania? Dustin again.
What is WrestleMania 6 right here in Toronto, Ontario, Canada?
There it is. I was going to say a Canadian kind of has to get that one.
Yeah.
Dustin gets the lead there. All right. Dustin, board still yours.
New Generation 1,500.
In a 60-minute WWF Championship Iron Man match between Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 12, how many total falls were scored? Dustin again.
What is one? That went to overtime.
That is correct. What is one? Man, he's really out there with the hammer now. A big lead for Dustin as I have made this scoring really fun. All right,
I'm in my bag here in 90s
yeah,
wrestling.
I was gonna say he has picked New Generation, so he is in it right now. All right, the board is still yours, Dustin.
New Generation for 2,000, please.
New Generation. What type of match did Jake the Snake Roberts and the model Rick Martel compete in at WrestleMania 7? Dustin.
What is a blindfold match?
That is correct. I don't even want to give him the last one. I feel like he's out here stretching the lead. What is a blindfold match is correct. What is the
Brad? Write that one down too. Blindfold match. We got to do that as well.
Already done it, brother. Already done it.
As we talk a little bit about WrestleMania, as we continue on, what do you guys think is the best gimmick match like that they've had? So not necessarily, obviously, somewhere between. It could be a ladder match or whatever. But Tyler, what do you think is the best gimmick match that we've had at a Mania?
Man, I don't know. I like the Hell in a Cell matches. They're usually always got a pretty big story with them. Yeah, I've always been a big fan of them over the years. So I'll say Hell in a Cell.
All right, Hell in a Cell. All right, Dustin, board still yours.
New Generation 2,500, please.
All right, he's gonna try to clear the frame. What WWE Hall of Famer won the World Wrestling Federation Championship at WrestleMania 14 and WrestleMania 15? Dustin again.
Who is Stone Cold Steve Austin for 14?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
I guess you want 15 as well.
People,
yeah.
It's one person.
I was going through it in my head as I was doing it. I'm like, hold on. I guess he won both. All right. Who is Stone Cold Steve Austin?
Yeah, Dustin is on the board big. All right, Dustin. He's out of his bag though. Now he's out in the open.
Let's go deeper in the bag. Let's go 80s for 500.
Yeah, those are all available. I love the 80s for 500. Rowdy Roddy Piper returned at WrestleMania 5 to host a special Piper's Pit. His two guests were Brother Love and what other loudmouth talk show host? Oh, Dustin.
I'm going to say this right. Who is Morgan Downey Jr.?
Who is Morton Downey Jr.? That is correct. Wow, he is really at it. He's really killing y'all right now. Y'all got to pick it up. Y'all going to have to really pick it up. All right, Dustin, board is yours.
Let's go. You know what? Let's try to give everyone else a chance instead of me answering all these questions. So let's go. If you guys like Ruthless Aggression, let's go Ruthless Aggression for 2,000.
2,000. The first time the WWF Championship was decided in a fatal four-way elimination match was at this one WrestleMania. Jeff.
WrestleMania 2. What is WrestleMania 2000?
Oh, good catch. He caught it. What a catch. Oh, and he got that lead. Brad, you were so close. You were almost there. All right. Jeff, the board is yours.
Let's do the 80s for 1,000.
80s for 1,000. What legendary boxer served as the special enforcer in the tag team main event match at WrestleMania 1? Jeff.
Who is Muhammad Ali?
No, just kidding. You got it right.
Oh, I was about to say, hold on
Because
now.
we had that one before. I thought it was like a trick question or something.
That was the two that I didn't go all the way through. I knew there was going to be one, and I didn't know where they crossed at. So unfortunately, you got both of them. There you go. So we can't win them all. I was without Wi-Fi. I didn't have that much time. Let me live. Okay. The board is yours, Jeff. Go ahead.
Let's do the 80s for 15.
Which team did Demolition defeat to become the WWF Tag Team Champions at WrestleMania 4? Who is Strike Force, who broke up? The model Rick Martel and Tito Santana. All right, the board is still yours, Jeff.
Let's do 80s for 2000.
80s for 2000. The entire WrestleMania 2 card took place across 3 different cities. First city was New York. What were the other 2 cities? Oh, Dustin, barely.
Where is Chicago and where is Los Angeles?
You are correct. Man, y'all don't watch enough wrestling of the old. I need y'all to get back in it, okay? The Peacock Network has everything. I don't know what y'all are even watching. All right.
We don't have that here.
I forgot. WWE Network still, right? Or Netflix or something?
No, we're on Netflix. Everything's there,
so
but not really
everything.
everything.
Yeah, it's not really everything, right? Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
All right, Dustin. Your pick.
80s 2500, please.
80s 2500. The tagged headline for this WrestleMania. Oh man. Sorry, I forgot. I missed this one too. That's my bad. No, we're not giving people points for that.
All
one.
right, fine.
WrestleMania 5. That's my bad. At least this one was correct. The Mega Powers Explode, not the Mega Powers Explore. Although that might be a new kids show. Maybe we could do
I'm into
WWE
it.
Mega Powers Explore, and it could be like a short Instagram cartoon. Let's look into that.
I don't think Hogan's involved with any kind of kid-friendly programs nowadays.
Well, it won't be Hogan's Mega Powers. It will be Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins or something. I don't know. We'll find some other powers to explode. All right. I think we're gonna go last question of Ruthless Aggression, and then we'll reset the picks here. So Ruthless Aggression for 2500. The infamous gimmick battle royal took place at WrestleMania 17 and was won by which WWE Hall of Famer? Jeff, you got close. That was close, Jeff. Go ahead.
Who is the Iron Sheik?
Who is Sheiky Baby? Iron Sheik. All right, man. We're getting close. It's.
I have a theory as to why Sheik won that match. Do you guys know what that is?
What is it?
He couldn't get out of the ring.
He's the only guy who couldn't get over the top rope. So they're like, all right, just Sheiky has to win this match then.
Damn, that's a really great point. What are your guys' thoughts on battle royals at Mania? I enjoyed WrestleMania 2 because it was cool with Andre and all the former pro players, and I was a kid. I had it on VHS. I enjoyed it. It's fine. Every one since I hate it all. The gimmick battle royal was interesting because I like seeing people come down the ramp. I don't care otherwise. I hate the Andre the Giant battle royal. I don't like it. What say you, Dustin? What are your thoughts?
So I think it just needs to be meaningful.
Yeah.
And the one I can remember being meaningful was WrestleMania 14, where they did like a tag team battle
royal. The
royal.
tag team one was awesome too. I listened to that pay-per-view on the radio, on like a pay-per-view online, but like you could only hear audio because that was the only thing. I was a kid. I was like, this is awesome. I'm like, LOD.
LOD 2000, brother.
They were awesome. All right. Great one. Who even got that question right? Was that Dustin again? Yeah, Dustin stretched out the lead. All right.
It wasn't me. It was Jeff.
Wasn't? It was Jeff? Oh, Jeff. Well, you're up then. What are we watching? And that happened at Mania. What are we watching is obviously the most recent sets of Manias. And then that happened at Mania, or just random things that happened.
Let's do what are we watching for 500?
What are we watching for 500? Sheamus won the World Heavyweight Championship in just 18 seconds at WrestleMania 28 by defeating which superstar? Brad.
Who is Daniel Bryan?
Who is Daniel Bryan? Which, funny enough, I've never seen this WrestleMania until now. I actually just started this the other day. Pretty wild. And I saw, I was like, why'd they do that? I was like, why'd they bury Bryan Danielson like that? What just absolute tragedy to do that at a WrestleMania. I do think that might be what happens at Mania with Jey Uso. No lie.
Wow.
History might repeat itself. Brad.
I think they've built that up too much to do that.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
If they didn't do the whole blood angle, I would agree with you. But
that's fair.
I think since then, I think you're gonna get a pretty good match. Let's keep it going for what is it, 1,000?
What are we watching for 1,000? This WrestleMania was billed as the first one to be so big, it was held on 2 nights. Jeff.
What is WrestleMania 37?
What? Oh, incorrect. What is WrestleMania 36? And unfortunately, you lose points on that one. I forgot you could lose points. Nobody's answered a question wrong yet. So.
Yeah, that was the COVID era.
I know.
Yeah, I forgot.
Brad, board is still yours.
Let's keep it going.
What are we watching for 1,500? Who was the special guest host of WrestleMania 27? Dustin.
Who's The Rock?
Who is The Rock? Damn, he is out here killing y'all.
That was the one where I think he took out like a flamethrower and lit like his logo on fire for some reason.
That was more recent than that, wasn't it?
I'm pretty sure that was 27.
Oh my gosh, God, I'm getting so old. That's 14 years ago. Holy shit, we're getting old, dude. All right, Dustin. Board is
And
yours.
you know what? Along those lines, let's go to that happened at WrestleMania for 500.
What WWE Hall of Famer won the very first match at WrestleMania? Oh my God, you guys are killing me. Tito Santana. Come on, I just mentioned him. All right, board is still yours, Dustin.
Well, that happened at WrestleMania for 1,000.
That happened at WrestleMania. John Cena captured his first taste of WWE Gold by winning the United States Championship at WrestleMania 20 from which WWE superstar? Jeff.
Who is the Big Show?
Who is the Big Show? All right, you got those points back. Way to go.
Yeah.
The board is yours, my friend.
Let's do that happened at WrestleMania for 2000.
Oh, skipping the 1,500. You love it. Which WWE Hall of Famer was the first one ever to be crowned new World Wrestling Federation champion at a WrestleMania? Kind of a tricky question. Oh, Brad.
I'm gonna say, who is Hulk Hogan?
Who is Hulk Hogan? Is incorrect.
Randy Savage, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's Randy Savage.
Yeah.
Randy Savage. Wow, and now you're down to 100 points, Brad.
Oof.
Man, that was a
Oof,
reach.
that
dog.
hurts.
You love to see it. All right, a few questions left here. I'll pick this one. What are we watching for 2000? Which WrestleMania was the first to be aired on the debuting WWE Network? Jeff.
What is WrestleMania 31?
Oh, Jeff, you're killing me. WrestleMania 30.
Oh, that hurts.
That does hurt. Another 2,000 down the hole. All right, I'll pick again. This one that happened at Mania for 2,500. The first Mania main event, headlined by the women's division, where Charlotte, Rousey, and Becky Lynch competed for both Raw and SmackDown championships, happened at which WrestleMania? Jeff.
What is WrestleMania 35?
All right, so he out here getting that hammer back. He's like, all right, I missed it by a year. We got it figured out.
Dude, I could have swore it was 31, but
all right, which one? You got 2 left. That happened at Mania for 1,500, and what are we watching for 25?
let's do what are we watching for 25?
What are we watching for 25? This city hosted WrestleMania 32 and 38, drawing nearly 258,000 people combined in both events. Oh, Brad, you got it.
Where is Dallas, Texas?
Where is Dallas, Texas? And Brad back on the chase. All right, Tyler, you have yet to answer a question this round, man.
I'm struggling.
my guy, man, hit the pin.
Playing it safe.
I'm not losing points, though, so I'll take it. You know?
All right, that happened at Mania for 1,500. The Undertaker started his legendary WrestleMania winning streak by defeating which WWE Hall of Famer at WrestleMania 7? Jeff.
Who is Jake the Snake Roberts?
Who is Jake the Snake Roberts is wrong. Jeff, you're killing me. Snooperfly Jimmy Snuka was the first one. He tombstoned him outside, did the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay though. You've been a year off on each one. You guys are very close. All right. It is the time to be the final time. It is Final Jeopardy. And this one's going to be a little different. So, what I'm going to do is you are going to text me your answer to this question with the amount of points that you wish to go with. Okay, so Brad, you have 2,600 points available. Dustin, you have 15,300 points available.
I'm gonna write my answer down and show it to you
That's
because
fine
I'm
too.
on
Yeah,
my
I
phone.
forgot you're on your phone. Okay, and if you're on your phone, you could do that too. If you can write it down, and then I'll ask you to
Right.
show me at that time.
Can you say that again? I have 15,000 what?
You have 15,300.
Okay.
And Jeff, you have 6,800. And Tyler, you have 800.
True.
And here is the final Jeopardy question. What city has hosted the most WrestleManias in history? Hopefully I don't get copyright stricken there, but I might. All right. And
I have to text you. Hold on. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I'm gonna let you. I'm waiting on Tyler's text too, so it's fine. All right. I just got Tyler's. Tyler's for all 800. Okay.
all in.
All in, baby. Yeah, you didn't really have much of a choice, so that's fine.
That's right.
You made a concerted effort.
What's his answer?
Well, I'm not going to tell you yet. I'm waiting on everybody to send it to me. Did you send me yours, Dustin?
Oh, I just gave you the amount. My bad.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you got to tell me what city too.
That would help. My bad. My bad.
All
My
right.
bad.
Yeah, he's only go. Oh man, he's playing it safe to win. You'll love to see it. All right. Brad's giving me all. Are you going all in, Brad? Man, Brad is all in. He is. Brad is all in at 2,600 points, and he said New York City. And unfortunately, you are incorrect.
No way.
Yeah, can't give you the answer yet. Dustin, with his answer, he bet 2,000 points as well. And he also said New York. That is incorrect. Jeff Miller. Jeff, did you write it down?
Got it down.
All right, let's see what you got. What did you write down here? Oh, he's got all points, and he wrote New Orleans. And that is also incorrect. And Tyler gave all his points, and he was also incorrect in saying New York. The answer is Los Angeles.
Yeah, I knew it was New York or LA. I went with New
Yeah.
York.
So the winner is Dustin at 13-3. Brad with a big fat 0. Jeff with a giant 0. And Tyler, you guys really, I'm really thankful that you all decided to play. So
And embarrass ourselves.
Thank you for that. Great time here at Jeopardy, and congratulations to Dustin. Your first beer at Vegas is on me, my friend.
Yeah.
So
All right.
congratulations. I will Venmo you your
Can't do that.
winnings. Why? You guys don't have Venmo?
We don't have
No, we
Venmo.
don't.
You're gonna have to PayPal him.
Oh my God, I forgot about that. The PayPal thing. That's fine too. PayPal. You know what's weird? PayPal owns Venmo. Why do they not have both?
Couldn't tell you.
Whatever. Anyways, I will PayPal you some money so you can get a drink on me. Thank you guys all for joining us, man. Here, this is a very special Around the Mat. I've learned so many things from this episode now to double check all the questions. That was my fault. I thought the Final Jeopardy one was pretty good though, and I thought it was going to give it away earlier, but it didn't. So thankfully, it's hard to go through all these because then you have to reset it every time and give the answer. And I was like, oh, and then I went through 60%. I missed it. That's on me. But thank you all for joining us. We are very excited. WrestleMania next week. Me and Tyler will be back. Maybe Jeff, maybe you'll come back next week and we'll talk a little wrestling. As we make our WrestleMania pick'em, the pool will open very shortly. We're excited about that. The WrestleMania pool is always a good one. And we're excited. Dustin, is there anything you want to celebrate winning your first and only Jeopardy appearance here on Around the Mat Pod?
I would just like to say that I appreciate you guys indulging me while I dove into my 90s and 80s bag.
What a hammer. He only missed one. He missed two. He missed one in the 80s and one in the 90s. That was really impressive. Yeah. Well, fair. At least you guys didn't all cheat and use Google at the same time, so I do appreciate that. Talk to text feature, do crazy things this time. So, all right, everybody, thank you for joining us here at Around the Mat Pod. Again, man, until next time, next week when we go